Hello Pisces, this is Turquoise Tarot here with your general reading for 16. Please like, share, subscribe if you enjoy the video, and if you'd like a private reading, please see our website in the information box below this video. So give me just a moment while I shuffle and focus on your energies for all. Okay, so the first card I have is the Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, the Tower, the Lovers, the World card reversed, Page of Wands reversed, Knight of Cups reversed, the Moon card, and the Ten of Wands reversed. For overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. Very interesting, because we just did the love reading, and this may resonate, something, it may correlate with that, I should say, to some degree. So first and foremost, I'll say that, you know, the Tower card gets a bad rap. It really does. There's cards in the tarot that scare everybody, and the Tower, I think, is one of them. For me, when I began reading tarot, the Tower was worse for me than the Devil card or any other card, the Death card. The Tower card was the scary card because it talks about sudden, unexpected events that crumble our tower to its foundation and leave us with nothing, or make us feel like we're left with nothing and we're having to start over and begin again. But what I have learned over the years is there is a positive message with this with this card in the tarot, and that is that when we have faulty foundations to begin with and we build our tower upon it, it's going to crumble at some point. And sometimes it can be shocking how it happens, but intuitively we already know that it has a faulty foundation to begin with, and we just want to believe that it's going to withstand, you know, the winds of change and time, and that it's going to be all right, that it will all end up okay. But really, when this Tower situation happens, it provides an opportunity for us to come back and build on a strong foundation so that we can have what we are truly desiring. In order to have that, we need to have that solid foundation. So this can say that, for instance, if we're talking about a relationship, we get into a relationship because we're feeling insecure, or we're feeling that we need to be with a partner. And we get into the relationship and realize it's not everything that we're desiring and not everything we're hoping for and expecting. Yet we're willing to settle because we don't want to be without someone. And instead of honestly admitting that, we make excuses for the other person's behavior or their actions, and we play along and we fool ourselves into believing that it's okay. And then at some point when the relationship falls apart, we're left wondering, why? How did this happen? I was so good to this person. I forgave so much, and they left me with nothing. Well, it had a rocky foundation from the beginning because this person wasn't who you were meant to be with. You settled in this relationship, and now you have an opportunity to again work on yourself so that you find somebody worth your while, and you can have a solid home with. That's just one example of why this Tower card comes into play. Okay, so when we talk about things being crumbled to the foundations and having to reestablish ourselves, that's one way. With a work situation, it can be the same. We settled for a position that we're really not happy with. And the Tower card comes in to say, okay, we're going to wipe the slate clean. Perhaps you are without a job and you're left to find another one, only to see that it's one that has more security and stability. Maybe financially it's more profitable. And but we first have to go through the challenging situation of the Tower in order to come out the other side and realize the benefit of this card coming up in the reading. Okay, so it's not always a negative. It's just a surprising event. And you know, we all get comfortable, and we're not always comfortable with change. And so when change comes knocking on our door, it's, oh no. I've had enough drama for one lifetime. I don't need another Tower situation, right? But honestly, it's the only way we grow, is by being forced to change and move and advance. And that's the only way. I mean, that's what life is really all about. So with that being said, I see that you be having trouble letting go of a situation where it can be a relationship, because we have the Lovers here. It can also say that you're having a challenging time making a head or heart decision. And I say that you're having trouble letting go because we have the World card sitting next to this Lovers card, and it's in reverse. So upright, the World card talks about endings of old cycles and beginning of new. And when we're not willing to let things go, this card comes up in reverse to say it's outlived its time, and it's time to move forward. It's time to progress. And I see that you may be afraid to let go of this relationship or make this decision, because we have the Moon card here, and the Moon card is hidden fears, emotions, doubts, illusion. And so you're anxious and you're worried about letting this go because well, it can be for several reasons for different people why they're afraid. I mean, some people are afraid to be alone. Some people are afraid to have change in their life. But this Tower card is coming in with the World card. These are major arcana cards, and the Moon, to say that this transition will happen this month, and whether you like it or not. It's time to grow. It's time to be the best you that you can be, and the only way to do that is to let go of this situation that no longer serves you. This can also be saying for some of you, if this is regarding a job opportunity, because I have the Nine of Pentacles here, this is a single independent woman who's self-made, she's comfortable where she's at. You'd be dealing with you may be dealing with an air sign with this Queen of Swords. This can be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, man or woman. And this is someone who, upright, she's, intellectual, she's matter of fact, she's very independent, and she stands her ground for what she believes in. And for you this month, however, I feel like this energy can be someone who might be a bit cold, standoffish, give you a hard time at work. If this is a work situation, if this is regarding a love situation, your partner be an air sign, sun, moon, or rising, and they be giving you a hard time and feeling like you feel like they're cold and standoffish and not really giving you an idea of where they stand with you, or they're not being really expressive with their love, and they're not being very intimate. This Tower situation comes in to shake everything up, And that Tower situation can be different for everyone. It can be, again, a work situation. It can be regarding a love situation. It can be a number of things. And it's either regarding a love relationship or it's regarding a head or heart decision. For those of you where it's a love situation, we have the Knight of Cups here in reverse. So this is telling me that maybe at one point someone made an offer to you of their love and you've been possibly in a relationship or interested in this person. You've been wondering if this person likes you back even. But you find out this month that in fact they do not feel the same way you do, or they are taking back their offer of a relationship or love or commitment. And this is something that you were afraid of. It's something that you don't want to see happen. With the Page of Wands here underneath the Tower card, this is telling me that there's some stagnant energy. There can be a loss of intimacy, a loss of connection, emotional connection and chemistry with this person. And that may be why this Tower situation comes into play. If this is a work situation, this means that you've lost your desire or drive in this position. It's no longer exciting you. It's something you're not very passionate about, and you feel very stagnant in this job. And the World card here for a work situation is saying you feel trapped. You're not able to move forward or move on. Perhaps you've been looking for other positions and it hasn't come to be as of yet. And you're getting worried about how you're going to handle this in a financial way. The outcome card here being the of Rods in reverse is telling me that you have to let this go. If it's a work situation, it can say, it's the same line with the Tower, the Page of Wands, and the Ten of Rods. So this is saying something happens that forces you out of this situation, out of this job. It's something that you aren't passionate about, you aren't driven by, you are holding on to it because of the financial aspect of it. But you're now letting go of this heavy burden. And if it's a relationship, again, we have the Tower saying it's an ending to this relationship. It's one that has lost its passion, lost its drive, lost its vigor, and we're letting it go, we're releasing it. And by doing that, we're having a fresh start, we're having a new beginning. This is a very promising card as the overall energy, because this talks about something new coming into our life that we are passionate about, that we are driven by, that excites us and motivates us, that inspires us. It's a very fiery energy. So with that being said, even though things may look glum in some regard, things will turn out in your favor. Again, this Tower situation comes in. Initially, it seems very bad news. It's not something we wanted to happen. However, it creates an opportunity. It opens us up for more opportunity and can bring better things into our life, which I see that being so with this Ace of Rods. So now let me take some Sevilla cards and we'll look at a couple cards in this spread. I want to look at the Page of Wands first. Okay, so there, again, a lack of passion, a lack of luster, a lack of drive and ambition, and that is due to some communication coming in from an old acquaintance or friend, relative, lover, someone that we trust and confide in, and we then begin to see this person as possibly the enemy. This is the el enemigo, the male rival. and we've lost our passion for this person. If this is a job, it's one that maybe we trusted the people we worked with, but we have communication now where we see that this person is not who we thought they were, or the company is not treating us the way we thought that they would. Let me look at this Tower card. And again, the Tower can be different for everyone, so this message be specific. Let me see. We have the fidelity, loyalty, reunion, and the lie. So someone's loyalty or fidelity comes into question here with this card. The reunion talks about a new relationship, and it also talks about one that we've reestablished with someone. So it can be either or. And we realize that there's a lie or there's some deception that's taken place. And that's what this Tower situation is about. If this is a job, this can even talk about a job. We've been loyal and faithful to this company. We've thought that they were loyal and faithful to us because we felt like there was a unity in what we were doing. However, we've realized that there's been some lie or deception. Perhaps we didn't get the promotion we wanted. We didn't get the raise that we were expecting. Let me look at this Knight of Cups. Okay, so on the Knight of Cups, I have Delirante, foolish actions or behavior. The Stanza, the quiet, intimate room, talks about hidden secrets or feelings. And then the Doctore, this is a professional that comes in to help a situation. But on the Knight of Cups reversed, I feel like this is saying, you know, somebody has acted foolishly. It's been hidden, it's been kept secret. However, I feel with the Knight of Cups and the Tower here, it's coming to light. And we seek some outside help to help us overcome the challenges of dealing with this lie or this deception. We actually, if this is a work situation, it can be that you know, someone has treated us in a way that we did not expect or desire, and to us it's foolish actions or behavior, something that was kept hidden from us, and now we're seeking the aid of maybe HR or another boss, or we're looking for another way to get out of that position and speaking to other management to see what else be open or what some possibilities are. But I am getting the impression, since this is the Knight of Cups reversed, we have believed somebody's promises of love initially, and we're realizing that that have been foolish of us. Not that you're foolish in any way, but we realize that perhaps it's not true because there was some hidden intentions. Their feelings or emotions were actually kept under wraps, and now we again seek some help, maybe outside help about this from a professional. Let's look, finally, let's look at the Ace of Wands right here as the overall energy on this reading. Okay. So I feel like this Ace of Rods, it's really talking about what you're coming out of when you gain this ace. We have the jealousy card, so someone's been acting jealous, or perhaps someone's been obsessive, okay, in their thoughts or their actions towards you, or you towards them. We have looking out into the future, seeing that perhaps the situation will not best serve us. And then the prisoner, we're feeling trapped and isolated by this situation that we find ourselves in. For some reason, there's a fear to get out of it, and so we're clinging to it, even though the World card in reversed here is telling us it's time to move on, and we're not doing it properly. We're not letting go as we should be because we're afraid. But this card right here, the Belvedere, is really telling you kind of to look out into the future. And you'll see that if you stay in this situation, you're going to stay trapped. And you're maybe obsessive or compulsively thinking about this. and it's causing more fear for you than what's really what the reality of the situation is. So that really try to focus on the positives. Try to focus on being confident. Okay, this Nine of Pentacles woman, she's very confident. She's self-made. She's independent. You begin the month this way, but you need to end it this way as well, even when the Tower situation comes into play. You know, keep your confidence about you, and stay optimistic, and know that there's better things ahead for you, even though this situation, whatever it may be, doesn't pan out the way you expect it to. So that's your message, general message for